Once upon a time, there was said to be an old, abandoned mansion on the outskirts of a small town. At the mansion's entrance, despite being locked for years, there was a lingering sense that something still resided within. The townsfolk claimed it was filled with mysterious occurrences, but no one dared to verify. Despite all the rumors, a brave group of friends, Emma, Alex, and Sam, decided to venture inside. As they entered the mansion, they were immediately led into dark, musty corridors. The corridors were old and worn, adorned with paintings and patterns from a bygone era. The group began to navigate through labyrinthine corridors that seemed to twist and turn endlessly. With each twist, their path became more convoluted, and finding their way back grew increasingly difficult. After an hour had passed, at a point where panic began to set in for our friends, Emma's attention was drawn to a door. This door was different from the others, adorned with strange symbols and markings. With curiosity piqued, they opened the door and stepped inside. As they entered, a chill ran down their spines, and they found themselves in a room unlike any other they had seen in the mansion. The room was dimly lit by flickering torches on the walls, casting eerie shadows that danced across the ancient tapestries. In the center of the room stood a pedestal, upon which rested a peculiar-looking artifact. It was a small, intricately carved box, adorned with symbols that seemed to pulse with an otherworldly energy. Driven by curiosity, Emma reached out to touch the box, but as soon as her fingertips grazed its surface, the room began to shake violently. The walls seemed to close in around them, and the floor beneath their feet gave way, sending them plummeting into darkness. When they came to, they found themselves in a narrow corridor, much narrower and darker than any they had encountered before. Panic began to rise within them as they realized they were lost in this maze of corridors, with no way of knowing which direction to go. Each corridor they explored seemed to lead them deeper into the darkness, further away from any hope of escape. As they pressed on, their fear grew with each passing moment. Strange whispers echoed through the corridors, and ghostly apparitions flickered at the edge of their vision. They were trapped in a nightmare from which there seemed to be no awakening. Just when all hope seemed lost, they stumbled upon a glimmer of light emanating from a crack in the wall. With renewed determination, they clawed at the bricks until they finally broke through to the other side. Emerging into the daylight, they collapsed onto the ground, gasping for air and relief. But their ordeal was far from over. As they looked back at the mansion, they saw the door they had entered through slowly begin to close, sealing off the horrors that lay within. And as the last echoes of their screams faded into the distance, the mansion seemed to disappear into thin air, leaving behind only a haunting memory of the terror that lurked within its walls. And so, the secret of the lost corridor remained hidden, known only to those who had dared to enter its depths and lived to tell the tale.